All right, let us begin, shall we? So, the first deck of the day is a German UK tempo deck. So, we played a few weeks ago a deck on stream that was trying to leverage the many retreat cards that you can get from both of these nations and other cards that benefit from that. Just a general kind of like mid-range deck looking to tempo the opponent, which means just kind of every play we make. In this case, it refers to retreating units that they would have played to the board. So I play a unit, we take away the unit you played. Now we're ahead on board. They play that unit again. We do the same thing, and we're just slowly building up our board while they can't get any ground, and then we kind of just beat them down with our superior board state from there. So I've taken out some of the, I guess, bad cards. I mean, it's subjective, right? You could say this whole deck is just solidly in the bad category, but we're gonna see how fun it is anyway. So I took out I trimmed out some of the cards I didn't think fit too well, and just kind of filled in the curve with just kind of solid, well-established, proven cards. Things like Sudden Strike, Panzer 35T. I've also thrown some Blitzkriegs in there. I don't think these were in the original build. Just as ways to, like, when we get ahead on board, close games out before, we get taken out by like big sweepers, big bombers and stuff like that. So we're just gonna jump into some games and see how we do. I don't think, like I said, I don't think this deck is particularly good, but I'm hoping it's at least great fun. That is. Let's see if we can't do some sweet stuff with it. Typhoon is just like one of my favorite cards from Allegiance, and I just want an excuse to play that card in the deck. I don't think Comet might be right for that. Was the one thing I was thinking about cutting before the stream. I think we want to put in something else over that Comet. Maybe just another VOLKSGRENADIER. It's just a solid 3-drop. Works well with our encirclements. Could be another Sudden Strike. Depending on how much aggro we run into, that might be where we're at. Though we do have like Careless Talks also, so I'm not sure we need that. I don't know. Maybe Comet is just so individually powerful that even though it doesn't quite work with what this deck's trying to do, it's probably just fine. I already edited the deck and everything too, right? So let's just stick with it. Am I recording? I am recording. All right, let's jump into some games and see how we do. Hello, Kaylin. Welcome. If the enemy gets a grip on the board, it's hard to win? Yeah, probably. That's why we're hoping to like control the early game with efficient cards like Careless Talk and like FLAMMPANZERs and Sudden Strikes, and then use our like our good mid-range cards to like push the other stuff back. We'll see how we do though. I think From the Deep is keepable against what's gonna be likely an aggressive deck, but I think the rest of this we just gotta throw away. Number 1 Commando's decent. Number 1 Commando into VOLKSGRENADIER is decent if we don't need to start shooting stuff with it right away. And then like if we can clear the front line with the Commando into move up the VOLKSGRENADIER and encircle it the next turn, that could be really good. That said, since they didn't have a turn 1 play... Well, okay, so are they not... Looks like they might not be aggro. Maybe it's worth holding up From the Deep here. Comet's kind of nice, actually, if they're a control deck. Japanese control has a lot of guards that's kind of stuff this unit, but... Yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to not hold up From the Deep because he was going into his Takasagi turn, but I don't know. Doing this is like okay, and then we can always like push this back with the RAAF the following turn. That's why I'm not going to attack into this yet. Huh, is it worth blitzkrieging here? I could blitzkrieg and then hold up From the Deep. That might be fine, actually. Oh, maybe Panzer was good to play with that too. I don't know, tough to say. This is the part where we're gonna lose our from the deep from this discard effect. Good play. Good play from our opponent leading on the cheap unit. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that's fine by me. I think we just start beating them down with Comet then. These low quality cards are probably fine to keep in hand if he is playing a discard control deck. Oh yeah, good point. He showed us British cards, so he's not doing that. That's kind of great to see him having to throw that away, doing something like that. So what do we do here? Do we attack? I don't know if we're supposed to attack this and get our thing down to 1. I think we can wait. Maybe. Maybe it's wrong though. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. If he wants to move this up, we can trade with our 2-drop. Okay, I'm assuming that's killing the commando then? Yep. I'm gonna move this up to start. This unfortunately is just gonna die to the 0 if he chooses to do that. I think we would just play this out and pass again, and then look to Leo the next turn. I'm actually kind of happy that he's not attacking our units here. So blam. Ugh, what an annoying card. What an annoying card. Aye, where were you before? Do I just kill that with the Comet, or is that silly? I feel like that's overly aggressive, killing this with the Comet. Let's play an air unit. Because I wonder if his plan for this is just to, like, keep pinning it with cards like that. And if he wants to the last man here, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, carpet bombing, sure. There goes a Typhoon. That's the card I was looking for a while ago. Good morning, Devil. Don't know that we're beating this many guard units now. That could do something, though. So this only costs 4 to get rid of this. No worries, Devil. Like I said, I just appreciate you guys following and checking out the stream as often as you do. Welcome, welcome, Donvitz. So, do we try to punk him out with Blitzkrieg next turn, maybe? It's probably not going to work, but... We need to dodge, like... I think we can beat another guard unit. Actually, it depends. Depends on where he points this. Nerdocalypse, welcome, welcome. Oh, that's a 7 defense guard unit, though. Ooh, but he didn't attack one of our guys. He is healing for a bunch, though. Honey is a heck of a drug. So we may as well play this out, because everything else is free. Then we can kill you. That honey gained him, like, at least this much health this game. Oh, we can actually test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Not having a solid answer to smokescreen unit, like cheap smokescreen units like this, might be the big problem with stack. I guess we have 2 sudden strike. Maybe it should be a 3rd. I'm not sure what we cut though. Maybe the yeah, I'm not sure what we should cut. There's probably plenty of fine cuts. Alright, Blitzkrieg wins us the game. We might be okay. Nope, he's got guards. Just guards, guards, guards. Guess that's okay. I mean, that's not really going to do anything, unfortunately. I think we can call it here. You don't have the resources to craft the roots? At the very beginning of the season, we played like a US-German ramp deck that was using exploit. No, sorry, I'm thinking German-US. Never mind. German-US ramp with exploit the gap was pretty fun. I don't think it's very good, but it's definitely fun. Oh, right. Oh, right. Roots and expansion card. Yes, no, no, yeah, probably. Ooh, Careless Talk. I don't know. Root's pretty good, but it's just not very good right now because it's like a two-sided sweeper, and a lot of the aggro decks that you want to use it against just get their units out of 2 defense range if they're not already. All those German German folks. I think we can just play Volks next turn. VOLKSGRENADIER, and then do stuff with them and Sudden Strike. Oh yeah, I know. Sometimes carpet alone doesn't cut it, and you spend so much on carpet, like, which is like what's extra annoying. Ooh, maybe I'm supposed to hold up care. I kind of like did my turn without even seeing my draw for the turn. Maybe there was something else I should have done holding up Careless Talk. It's okay. I think next turn we can do move these guys up, hold up Careless Talk, or Sudden Strike something that's really nasty. Sure. I think I want to get... I think I definitely want to get this guy to the front line. Hopefully this tags something he's looking, like something cheap he's looking to trade with this. And then we can just finish this off here. Or we could pursuit something and draw a card. Disgusting. Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to aggressively take the front line with that 3-6. NACHSCHUBs playing ramp, so we're most likely playing ramp, so we're gonna like look to try to get aggressive here. I think we toss back anything that's not like a cheap tank, basically. This, I don't know, this could be okay, because with Encirclement, it could at least, like, trade with some really nasty things that he could have. Still, I think I'd rather look for something else. Yeah, like that, this, and this. Like, this is a pretty good hand. We just need, like, an infantry to enable this. Immediately punished because he's playing something aggressive. Or this could just be anti-aggro stuff. Yeah, okay. Maybe he's just playing this as an anti-aggro tool. Experimenting. We're definitely going to FLAMMPANZER this Jasko, because this is going to result in a lot of virtual life for him. And that's no bueno. Ooh, Careless Talk. I think we play the FLAMMPANZER, though, right now. Do I want to move this into the front line rather than this? No, probably not. I guess he could trade here in a Woken Giant, but... That's nice to see. Okay. I guess the big thing that we need to dodge from him is Seaborn Invasion. That would be the worst for us. Well, yeah, if we draw Leo following a Seaborn. If this allowed me to attack with 2 units this turn, I'd play it, but unfortunately it would only let me attack with 1. So I think I want to go this to enable the 35T the next turn and just hit him with one of these. Oh, that's such a tilt. Now we can't do it again. How much am I supposed to care about this plane? Should I just be going face? I'm afraid of him doing something that like kills me with this plane because he's playing something like off meta. I'm not really sure what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That wouldn't really do it. Oh, he's playing Ura with the... Oh, okay, gotcha. So I needed to kill this thing. Okay, I had no idea what he was doing. Okay, well, if I knew what he was doing, we easily could have beat that by just continually bouncing his thing. GG, Spoos. If I knew what you were doing, I would have beat you because I had plenty of bounce in hand to just keep taking away your 3-2. Well, I guess I don't want to fall behind on board, so we're going to play the 3-drop of our own. Although he's likely playing aggro. We don't have... I mean, if we play this, we want to play a 4-drop the next turn, so... I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to save it. Feels bad. Could be wrong, though. Now all my stuff's just gonna get continually bounced. Yes, please attack my stuff. I definitely want you to do that. Okay. Doesn't feel great, but at least it hits something. Right, well, I don't think we can race that. We'll see, though. Next turn we can Panzer III-H digging for a, No, it just doesn't matter. We're dead. I was thinking we had 2 turns and not 1 turn. Oh yeah, good point. I guess we had Careless Talks in our deck to dig for. Good call, good call. I normally don't play that card, so I just kind of forgot it exists. We had already burned through 2 Careless Talk, but we could have found our 3rd Careless Talk or our From the Deep. I think I'll keep holding that up for the next little bit. Kind of want to save this for a Jasco. None of these are good. That's annoying. Part of me wants to keep establishing our board, especially because he showed us guard units, so the Comet might not be able to get us all the way there. So let's just like start pushing these up, and then we'll be Cometing the next few turns. Alright, I wonder if he found a Jasco, that's going to be kind of annoying. Yep. I guess we have this, so it's not the worst. Move this up because one of them is going to die. I think moving it up is better than doing the 1 damage. We have... Did they release patch notes? Y'all talking like they released patch notes recently. Oh, cool. I guess I gotta check that out. Oops. Darn. I was thinking we try that this turn and then do these the following turn. Do I bounce this or this? this because it's the expensive clunky thing. You can trade here, obviously, but we can do it as a hell of a card. They did it via a YouTube video. Oh.
Hello everyone and welcome.
All right, maybe we can check. Do we want to check that out on stream? I don't really want to watch a 35-minute video on stream, though. Are there notes? I guess I could just skip. Yeah, why don't we... after we're done with this set, why don't we just... go through the changes if people are interested in that. Actually, this is what we'll do. Do you want to discuss changes on stream? Yes, no. Oops. Let's try that again. Upcoming. All right, guys. If you want to discuss, like, if you want to talk about the upcoming changes on stream after like this set, which is like in 20-30 minutes from now, maybe more, because I'm kind of digging this deck. Go ahead and vote in that straw poll. Ooh, goodies. Let's just go with the body. That's also a retreat. So if he wants to buff this out of range of this, we have a Sudden Strike to answer that. I think Empire Strikes is pretty commonplace nowadays, so that's something we're gonna have to worry about. I like doing this. Aren't British decks fun? Do I hold the FLAMMPANZER at this point? We just end turn. Yep. Maybe I'm just supposed to sudden strike one of those the previous turn, but then like if he buffs one like crazy, I guess I have things like Admiral Hipper and Panzer to like send it back to hand. So yeah, that was probably wrong. I should have made it harder for him to do that. So, you know, our opponent's being annoying, but I definitely probably misplayed by not sudden striking one of these before. Such unfortunate. Like, we've had such unfortunate luck. Guess that goes back to hand, and then he's just gonna pin this. And probably have an answer to this. Yeah. Alright. I'm just annoyed. Just forget it. Our opponent's not even letting us play the game. I take back what I said. Maybe we're not going for much longer than 20 minutes. I'd love a game mode where you can't play elites, actually. I would agree, but I think a game mode with no elites would be fine. Do I just play out stuff? Nah, let's do this. Elites are just, they tend to be some of the swingiest cards in the game, and they're really hard to play around because they're just one-ofs. But most decks are like stacked with them, so it's like, which elites are you gonna play on this turn? I don't know. Even just for variety, I would like it. I think the meta would be very, very different if elites didn't exist, potentially. So it would just be interesting to see. And there's like more game modes, more ways for people to play is always a good thing. And I don't think it would be hard for them to implement a mode where you just can't have a certain rarity of card in the deck. Like, that has to be super easy to program. I don't know. What do we pick here? I kind of want the From the Deep, but at the same time, I feel like we need to like try to run them down. This is probably not the pick. It's probably From the Deep. I could be convinced otherwise. I'm just still waiting for the game mode where we get the upgrades from the campaign mode. That would be crazy cool. Boo. Okay, that's something. Womp womp. Do I take the Encirclement because it's really good with the 35T? It's kind of expensive though. It only works on turn 9. I guess we have a few 5 defense guys that can take a hit for the upcoming Avenger. It's definitely not the Sudden Strike. Pursuit could be okay too. I feel like it's the Encirclement though. Probably Encirclement. How's this poll doing? 3 people, yes, want to go through the upcoming changes. I'll keep reposting this every once in a while. 3 yeses and no nos. So that's kind of cool. Interesting to see. That's a lot of guard units. Don't want him to take the front line, so I'm going to put this here. I'm just going to put this here for a second. The thing is, though, he could go shoot, shoot, and then play Avenger to guaranteed kill this, so I don't want to do that necessarily. I kind of want to... I hope that I can get this to the front line and encircle it to kill one of his guards. Maybe I'm just supposed to shoot that thing. I don't know. Let's just see. Ooh. Opponent, killer of fun. Guess we eventually can do stuff with this Leo. This is the part where he has a this is the part where he has a air defense. Oh, and he doesn't have air defense. I think I kill this, eh? Maybe I'm just supposed to go face. Now let's kill you. And yeah, I think I'm okay playing the FLAMMPANZER here because we have a sudden strike to deal with the Jasko. It's probably the only one drop his deck is running. Hanging on by the skin of our teeth here. And that's game. Hey, your boy Rodri. We're gonna talk about it after this set. I haven't seen the video yet, so I'm going to we're gonna go through it and talk about it a little bit today. I did post a straw poll just in case if that's something you're not interested in. Feel free to vote. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what they're doing though. At this point, it feels like any change is a good change. Keep the Panzer. I think we could find something better. This is okay. This is kind of like a removal order. Hoping to find a Careless Talk. Maybe I'm supposed to aggressively mulligan that in those cases, but there's a Careless Talk. Speaking of. Did they buff Blackwatch? Okay, I'll see. Leo, not exactly something you want to see against German aggro. Well, that sucks. So now I think I'll take advantage of the fact that I still have an infantry. This can tag something bigger than a 2-2, potentially. This is good in the off chance he doesn't kill this, and then we can encircle it. Hoo boy. Well, I gotta kill that. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to actually retreat it. Because if I shoot this, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm taking the damage either way. I could also Panzer III-H here looking for something. Yeah. It's Panzer III-H. None of that's really great. I guess we'll take the redraw. He's gonna play desperate measures and mess us up. Sheeden in hand. Incoming Sheeden. Ooh. Can we win the game with that? No, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This we could almost. I didn't do the math. Alright, well, I'm assuming he found Sheeden because he didn't play anything next turn, so I assume we're about to die, but I'll let him do it. Good game. It was very close. I think German aggro's fine. It just has it has those draws that are so insurmountably bad, I guess was the way you would say it. And they just they have those draws that are just generate some really feel bad games that I think needed to be dialed back. And they're also just incredibly explosive, impossible to come back draws, utilizing things like ADLER command vehicle with 109th and fast Heinz and NACHSCHUB to a lesser extent, which I think is just it's not a card I like anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Ooh, Hipper's nice, but I think I want more stuff to actually play, so we'll get the VOLKSGRENADIER. Yeah, like, the problem with the German-US aggro for me was, like, I think 109th is a tad too good. Fast Heinz is too good off the back of, like, ADLER and NACHSCHUB. Plus Alliance is, like, really nasty because all their units are smokes. Like, they have so many smokescreen units that could just sit there. Am I supposed to kill... No, I'm supposed to kill both of these, yeah. Kind of want to play the Typhoon, though. It's fine. Get rid of these. Oh, Donvitz with the spoilers. No honey nerf. Speaking of. Yeah, I was kind of hoping they'd make it like a, well, I don't know. That they would just... kind of want to play this and start drawing cards. That's probably too greedy, though, right? Let's do it anyway, because it's fun. I guess I could play this, that, this turn. The next turn we can play these two and kill this. And then look to do like Typhoon Pursuit the next turn. Because we don't really need cards right now. We need pressure. Well, that's kind of annoying. But to be fair, that's a really easy to kill guard unit that we're gonna get. We're gonna get some of our resources back. Okay, that makes me want to play. Start with you. These are both still out of range of carpet bombing if I attack with that, so I think it's okay to do so. What do we think? Typhoon or Volks? We already have an encirclement target with this, but I kind of want this guy on the field because he's slower. I like drawing cards though, so let's get this ready. Find your happy place, John. Find your happy place. Do we just cantrip this? No. Oh, now our whole board's getting wiped. Whoa, we didn't get carpet bombing. That's gonna be a big yikes for me, dog. So we don't use our bounce effect again, right? Because we need that for the guard unit. Fun and interesting mechanics. Fun and interesting mechanics. I'm gonna do. It's a good chance he just plays out that guard unit again, but I think I want a careless talk anyway. In case he leads on a honey or something. No, his support line's full. He won't lead on a honey. Oh well. Monty should be a lot of things that different. I think we lost. Because he's just gonna heal too much. Maybe there was a turn where I was supposed to kill the flying fortress while I still had the NACHSCHUB. I don't know. I suppose next turn we can pursuit, bounce the guard unit, attack him with Comet, and then we just need another bounce to win the game from there. Now that's no longer an option. Because Blackwatch. And yeah, don't exactly have the time to do it with all this garbage in hand. Go ahead and shoot at that. We had a window to take him out there, and then we got Montied. We got shelling, Montied, carpet bombed. Maybe I could have sequenced my plays a little bit differently to get under that, but his honeys were just gaining him far too much life. We had answers for like that guard unit replay, and then he just never replayed it. He just had all kinds of better answers. But yeah, Monty. No reason Monty should cantrip. That's the first thing I would change about Monty. It shouldn't draw a card. And honestly, for the 1k, it probably shouldn't pin anything that's like above 3 cost or something like that. Like, I don't know. There's a bunch of interesting changes you could make to it to limit how powerful that pin effect is to make it a little bit more fair. And you know, they would all require some testing, but I think as is, I think the card's far too pushed. 1k pin everything. Sorry, pin all enemies. If it was pin everything, if they had to pin their own things too, that'd be a little different. That'd be a different conversation. Although most of the time Britain doesn't care about pinning their own stuff because they're just stalling with it anyway, because they have guard units that they never want to operate anyway, or honeys that just give them passive value. So one-sided pin all probably needs to be limited to by unit cost, by like attack, power, I don't know, something. And like again, there's like no reason it should draw a card. Like the card shouldn't be run in every British deck ever. Like all British decks are essentially 1k smaller, or sorry, one card smaller than every other deck. Well, debatable, because there's a lot of must-have elites in this game. Because it's like Monty's basically an auto-include in every British deck ever made since the beginning of time. And that seems just kind of wrong. Like, if you make cards that every deck wants to run, it's, I don't know, I think it's a bit of a failure. They need to, the cards should be good. It shouldn't be auto-include. But then again, cards is a very small card pool right now. So as the game matures and we get more and more cards, that will definitely like cease to be the case. But even still, Monty is just far too obnoxious in its current state, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, can't attack with that. 1, 2, 3 can hold up. Careless Talk, which might not hit anything relevant, but I guess he could play an Albacore to kill this, and then this takes that out at least. Not sure if that's very good, but it's something. Pin to win. Okay, that's something. He's going into his big bad guard turn though, so maybe I should hold up from the deep. Come on, play the Grenadier guards. You know you want to. Well, that's not a card I expected to see from our opponent. Gee, I wonder if he's got a carpet bombing in hand. I'll still move this up anyway. Because I don't want to play the Careless Talk into his like guard unit. Because if he's not carpet bombing, he's playing the guard unit. Can we dodge carpet bombing the sequel? I was wondering why we were behind in resources, and I remember he daylight bombinged us. It's another card I find kind of obnoxious. I just want to play my card games and not have like degenerate effects like credit destruction and this random discard fucking things up. Is that just so much to ask for, chat? Is that so much to ask for? Could Hipper, then I can't kill his thing. I can't kill his unit anyway. We're one off from doing that. I'd have to trade a bunch of units into it. Might be fine though, because he's kind of low on cards, and I don't want this gassing him back up. And these things are dead to another carpet bombing anyway, so... Oh, I'm so dumb. I can't kill that anyway this turn. What silliness of me. Why? I don't know why I thought this could attack the same turn. I don't know why. Did I think I had a sudden... maybe I thought I had a... what is it called? Encirclement in hand? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it could have been worse. I think we just gotta play stuff out. Gotta get out of Commonwealth range. He's obviously playing Commonwealth. It's fine, we're about to get shellinged anyway. Okay, that's a thing. I don't want to save these two to just draw some cards. Although, playing this and then this means that if he plays out a bunch of ground units, like a bunch of commandos, this will draw us a ton of cards, which would be hilarious. Do we want to try to do that? Or is that kind of greedy? Kind of want to play these guys out, though. I guess he could always just bounce my Typhoon. That doesn't really work. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying getting him to spend his Commonwealth there, which I'm not sure. I guess he was forced to. His Commonwealth's probably not better than a draw 4 anyway, so... Maybe that's wrong. And I am supposed to try to get the card draw. Because now I guess he could play the guard unit and like double naval support. But then like this kills him. This kills one, Blitzkrieg plus this kills another. Pursuit's kind of nice. Yeah, maybe the Typhoon would be more playable if they just made it like whenever something retreats, draw a card. Either that or it somehow needs to be self-enabling, but it could probably be just too good if that's the case. I think that's about as good as we can hope to get with that card, so we're gonna do that. I think I screwed up this game. If we lose, it's probably because I messed up. I probably was supposed to manufacture my turns in such a way to draw a bunch of cards with Leopold. It was just very unlikely to happen because he would have been able to run this into it plus finish it off with a ping most likely. Well, that needs to die unless he has another answer. He's got to trade off one of these commandos at the very least, it looks like. He can naval support my tank to give it less attack. I'll do this so he can't take the front line. He's got one more naval support in hand, right? I think so. I haven't been really keeping track. I've kind of like checked out of this game, kind of. Okay, he can naval support the his guard unit and just keep like try to race me with his 5-1. I think that's a reasonable plan. Encirclement's really nice though. Do I attack with this turn? Probably. He still has one more carpet bombing in it. In all of this is the problem. Redraw is decent. Is it the Panzer? Or Encirclement? What does Encirclement do for us? I can encircle this. This kills that, that kills that, then he deals 5 to me? Nah, it's probably the Panzer, yeah? Because if he wants to bounce these, that's fine. If he bounces any of these, they have enter play effects that are like all really good, so pushing one of these back is like the best thing he can do right now. Alright guys, this might be the last match. We might do one more game after this. So vote in the straw poll if you'd like to discuss upcoming balance changes for the game. We're going to watch the video. Well, we're not going to watch the video. We're just going to go through the actual changes. Wow. Alright. Oh yeah, right, we have a fighter. Woohoo! That's a Panzer 35T. Guys, I hate that card so much. Oh my god, what a bad card. What an exhausting series of games. Alright, we haven't quite done 90 minutes with this deck, so we'll do one more. And then we'll talk about... It looks like the few people that are voting in this poll want to discuss the changes, so we'll spend some time doing that. That could be fun, because I don't really have much else scheduled for today's stream. As you can see, we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel. I was planning on drafting a little bit today since I have tickets to burn. We'll still do that. But we'll discuss the balance changes first, since we are playing constructed. And you know, obviously the changes affect draft somewhat, but they're obviously made with constructed in mind. Kill a honey? I held up from the deep because I was fearing, like, if we hit a honey or a East Sussex, then, like, I'd be okay with that. Kind of sucks that he's playing the 2/2. Not a lot of ramp decks are playing this card anymore. At least they weren't at the beginning of this season. But yeah, that feels bad too, but it's fine. We have FLAMMPANZERs for that. I think we might just bounce his stuff for the next few turns. He can't play Avenger on this board. You are a very annoying person, opponent. Well, that is interesting. I think I want to kill that one. Hits the literal best thing in our hand, because of course it does. It always does. Who knows? Maybe this gets another guard unit in range of dying to one of our things, or it just happens to tag like a small thing that he's playing. Probably not. Maybe might even be more worth keeping it in hand to get rid of random. He probably doesn't have much more discard effects though, right? What else can US Japan have that takes stuff out of my hand? Not much. That kind of feels bad, but you know what? Not the worst. Kind of wish he just played out a bunch of stuff so we could Leo it back to his hand and get rid of some of his draws, but no such luck. So I can make him lose a card. I'm not sure if that's worth it. But I don't think this Panzer 35T is going the distance. If I had to guess. We can only bounce for so long. Yeah. And I was wondering if I only wanted a couple of them in the deck because of that, but they're so good early game, especially against these, aggressive decks, the German US aggro decks, that I figured I want to make sure I have at least one in my opening hand at all times. So we can't really beat that with this hand, right? I guess we see if he gets greedy and plays out a bunch of stuff on board, and then maybe we can bounce it all back to hand and he just dies because of that. Nope, no such luck. This isn't bad though. Like maybe I'm assuming that was a misclick. Oh, he just doesn't want it to get retreated. Interesting. Hopefully the B-17 dies here. It didn't. Why is that, Donvitz? What did he do that was special? Is that how that card works? Like it puts... Why would it have been discarded? He had only two... He had what? Two free spots in his hand. Or no? Yeah. Why would it have? Why would it have been a guaranteed discard for the B-17? What am I missing? As far as I understand, effects like that affect multiple units are pure random. Oh, really? I've heard all kinds of things. I've heard it's based on the order things were played out. I've heard it's... And that's the first I've heard that it cares about frontline first, which could very well be true. I really wish there was an established order for things so we could actually, you know, better predict the outcome of such things. Because normally, you know, in card games, an effect like that, it would be the person initiating the effect who gets to choose the outcome, so we could have forced the B-17. I'm not saying that they should add that interface to the game. That'd be just slow the game way down in some cases, when most of the time it doesn't matter. I just wish there was an established clear order that it was just consistent, you know. All right. So let us go through. So that's it for that deck. I'm not even gonna do it. Do we want to do a wrap up? I don't know. The deck felt. What did we think about this deck? It definitely felt like it was too slow in most cases to get under what like the ramp and control decks were doing. Largely because what does tempo matter in a game where they can spend 1 mana and pin your entire board, and then do it again while dealing damage to your units, and then they are in range of a mass sweeper. It's like tempo means nothing in a game where like everything's just getting mass pinned. So yeah, like a left to right, front to back, like something consistent, you know. But anyway, the deck has some stuff going for it outside of the pin decks. You know, if we can get off to a good start, the deck definitely has some aggressive draws, while at the same time having a lot of tools to slow down the other aggressive decks in the format, between things like Careless Talk, Sudden Strike, #1 Commando, even VOLKSGRENADIER. Like we won that one game just because we were able to get this into the front line on turn 4. It slowed them down so much, and we got so much value out of just like a 3/6 body, just stats, and like it helped us win the game there. Yeah, Typhoon's probably just not good enough in this deck. Sad to say. I mean, it's a decent enough body for the cost. But the fact that it doesn't impact the board the turn it comes down, and then like you really need to play other expensive cards to get the draw from it, means it's probably not quite good enough. Which is the reason why it's not seen. It doesn't have a home in any deck right now, right? And that doesn't mean that this card necessarily needs to be buffed. It just means like the meta needs to look a little bit different for a card like this, paired with the effects, the high density of effects you need to make it consistently draw, be good. But if it ever does find a home, I think it could be in a deck somewhat similar to this, just because these two nations are the ones that have the most retreat effects. And not only that, like retreat effects on bodies too. Like RAAF Lightning and PANZER IV F2 are just solid cards. They're just solid individually powerful cards anyway, and then combined with like Typhoon if you have it on the board, and it's a nice curve too, right? 4, 5, 6 to like draw cards while tempoing them feels very good. I do think Pursuit's a pretty good card too. It requires you to have like solid establishment of the board for it to like really be meaningful, but I think a 4-cost retreat, again, especially if it's drawing as a card, is pretty solid anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't run more than like a couple copies of this right now, but this might also be something that's just not quite good enough. But I don't know, the deck is solid, it's just not like, it's just not good enough in this game. I feel like the most important thing is I feel like this deck is pretty fun. And that's like the main thing for me, is right, I don't really care about winning or losing so much as like as long as I'm having fun playing, and this deck is like one of the more fun decks for me right now, I would say.